Okay, so I think that we'll kind of officially get started here. If one or two more trickle in, that's great. But again, get yourself cozy lying on the floor, using a cushion or some blankets for some support if you choose to. But kind of wherever you are, just gently encourage your shoulder blades together behind your back, just kind of opening the chest a little bit. And I want you to take one full big belly breath here, in through the nose. Just kind of bring that breath down into the belly, and then just let that air out your mouth. And if you need, take a few more of those big breaths. But otherwise, just start to, again, really come into the space that your body has come into. So kind of allowing the mind to follow the body to where you've come. So we can start to kind of check in with our surroundings a little bit, to any sounds that we hear. To the feel of the air around you, whether it's kind of a cooler air or a warm air. To the feel of the ground beneath you. Again, whether that's kind of a hard surface or whether that's a little softer and cushier for you. Maybe any smells. Just anything that's kind of around you. And you can slowly start to bring that awareness and attention closer towards your body. So start with kind of the physical body and just take a scan with your mind's eye from one end to the other and just kind of check in with yourself. Feel free to kind of do some gentle movements as you bring your awareness to certain parts of your body. But as you leave that part of your body, try to really consciously soften and relax it. And then if you'd like, take that awareness and attention a little deeper into the rest of your being. And just kind of noticing the thoughts that may be coming into your mind. Noticing how you're feeling. And slowly bringing the attention to your breath once more. If it's helpful for you, feel free to place one hand on your belly, maybe one hand on your heart, and just allow some gratitude for that life force as it moves through you. If you've practiced with me before, you know that I like to share a quote or a thought or a poem of some sort with you. So tonight I have a quote to share with you. And it goes like this. You are the only one in charge of your destiny. Unfair things may happen to you. Unfortunate times may come to you, but you always get to choose how you respond. You can live in frustration and bitterness, or just play the hell out of the cards you are dealt. Because the truth is, in this world, not a single person chooses the cards they receive, but every single person chooses how to play them. And so as we kind of begin our practice tonight, I want you, with it being Easter weekend, whether that has any kind of relevance to you in your life or not, I really want you to set an intention tonight of kind of sending out some energy or love to the family members or friends that you wish that you could be seeing and holding, and we're just kind of unable to in this time. So I want you to kind of bring a few of those people to your mind and just really inhale, fill with gratitude, and maybe send that their way.
Morning.
And again, take a couple big, full breaths here. And when you're ready, start to bend your knees, step your feet down beneath your knees. Take your arms up towards the ceiling and gently relax them down behind you. Just taking a moment to stretch out the torso and maybe reach. And when you're ready, on your exhale, bring the knees in towards your belly. Take your arms, take each hand to each knee. And just start to explore, maybe pulling the knees towards your chest and then away from each other. And then back towards the center. Just start to go back and forth. Take your time. You can do kind of full circles here. Or just half, going back and forth. Waking up my soul, waking up. And when you're ready, take your hands around your right knee and just step that left foot down onto your mat. Now from here, start to raise the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling, but keep a nice bend in the knee. So you can kind of have your hands behind the thigh. If it's available, maybe reach them up the calf or the ankle, and maybe even kind of taking the fingertips to the sole of your foot. When you're ready, we're just going to allow that knee to drop open towards the right. So again, whether your hands are kind of behind your leg, the side of your calf, or up to your foot, just let the knee drop a little wider than the torso. Now from here, we're going to take that right foot and cross it over the left knee. Just kind of let that knee drop, the right knee just kind of drop towards the mat. You can flex the right foot here as well. If this is good, just stay here. If you want to take it a little further, start to bring the left knee in towards your belly. Taking the hands behind that thigh, maybe even wrapping them around the front shin. Just hold and breathe. Cause the power you're supplying, it's electrifying. You better shape up, cause I need a man, and my heart is set on you. When you're ready, just set that left foot back down onto your mat. And take that right foot, reach it up towards the ceiling, straighten the leg, and take your hands kind of around the thigh if you'd like. Maybe interlace the fingers. Try to really reach the heel up. Pull the toes towards the shin. From here, start to just hug that right knee in towards your chest. You can just straighten that left leg down onto your mat. And use the left hand to pull the knee across your body into a gentle twist. Option here to just keep your gaze maybe up towards the ceiling or over your right shoulder. And slowly come back to the center. Using your exhale, pull the left knee in towards your belly. Give yourself a little squeeze. Do a little rocking from side to side. When you're ready, step that right foot down onto your mat. And just take a couple breaths here. Squeezing that left knee towards your chest. When you're ready again, raise the sole of your foot up to the ceiling. Keep the knees bent here. Just placing your hands wherever is available for you. And then when you're ready, taking the leg or the calf of the foot into your left hand will just allow it to drop open to the left. So the knees a little wider than the torso. It's almost like a half happy baby.
Just like an old time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong.
And when you're ready, we're going to cross that left foot over your knee, over the right knee, and then just kind of allow that left knee to drop down, flexing that left foot. Again, feel free to just stay right here. If you'd like, start to bring that right knee in towards your chest, maybe even wrapping the hands around the front of your shin, and just pause.
What a tale your thoughts could tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstore sells. When you reach the part where the heartaches come, the hero will be me. But heroes often fail, and you won't read that book again because the
And releasing, set that right foot down. From here, we'll reach the left foot up towards the ceiling, hands kind of around or interlaced behind the thigh. Really pull the toes towards the shin.
Enter number 2, a movie queen to play the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. But for now,
And then when you're ready, just bend that left knee in towards your chest. Start to straighten that right leg down onto your mat. And then we'll use the right hand to open up into a gentle twist here. Pulling the knee across the body mindfully. You're taking your gaze up to the ceiling or maybe off your left shoulder this time.
if you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old time movie about a ghost from a wishing.
Again, come back to the center. Use your exhale to pull the right knee into your belly. Give yourself a little squeeze here. And from here, take your hands down by your sides. You can kind of gently tuck your palms kind of beneath your sit bones a little bit. And then from here, we're going to start to lift the feet up and stack the knees on top of the hips. The calves become kind of parallel with the floor. And while we're here, you can probably already start to feel some engagement in the core. So I want you to check in with where your back connects with your mat here. We're going to do a little moving, and we're going to try to keep that connection of where our back meets the mat. So when you're ready, take your left foot and just slowly begin to tap it towards the ground, maybe even touching the ground, and then lift back up. We'll do the right foot. So if you'd like, feel free to just stay here and hold. If you want to continue these movements, feel free just gently kind of tapping the tip of your toe down to the mat. And if you want to take it a little bit further, build a little more heat, you're going to kind of straighten that leg, allow it to hover just above your mat, and then again, bring it back up. You need to give yourself a little break. Just bring the knees a little closer in towards your chest. You continue to do the same thing. But again, if you're looking to build that heat, keep your knees stacked above the hips. Really try to continue to breathe through this. Bridging the belly button towards the spine. Let's do one more each side. Keep breathing. And then give yourself a squeeze. Well done. Now when you're ready, step your feet down to the mat. Reach your arms back, overhead, behind you. Stretch out the torso. If it's okay on your low back, you can even straighten the legs here. Reaching the toes and the fingers away from each other. When you're ready, you're going to roll yourself over onto your side. Just press yourself right up into a tabletop. The wrists kind of stacked below the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, and just kind of stretch out the abdomen here with some cat-cow. Inhaling, exhaling. Now when you're ready, come to a neutral spine. I'll encourage you here to grab a hold of your cushion or blankets to just have a little seat on. And again, just pick a spot that's comfortable for you, whether that's kind of with your legs extended out in front of you, whether it's maybe sitting on your knees, or whether you want to sit cross-legged. It is kind of nice to sit on the edge of the blankets, let your kind of tailbone tilt forward a little bit, or your pelvis tilt forward. And then from here, just take your hands out to your sides, really softening the shoulders. Just gently start to tuck the chin. And then begin to lift it up. Now we're not kind of letting the head just drop, we're just kind of stretching the front here. And again, lower down. And lift. This time as you lower, you're just going to allow the head to roll towards the right. Then back to the left. Just go from side to side at your own pace. Take your time, really check in with your kind of shoulders and neck here. Ready, bringing the head to the center. Keep your left hand planted here as we just begin to lengthen that right side body by reaching up and then gently leaning over and let your head drop. Pressing into the mat with that left hand, we'll just switch here. Plant the right hand, begin to reach up with the left, lengthen that side body. And then gently lean. Again, press into the mat, pull yourself up. Now whether your legs are extended or you're cross-legged or on your knees, start to just kind of walk your hands forward. Just forward fold as much as you'd like, as much as is available or comfortable for you. Feel free to remove the blankets here as well if that's kind of taking away some stretch for you.
I can still feel the wind beneath my shoes.
And then start to uncurl. Now if you were sitting cross-legged, we're going to switch the cross. And again, we'll just start to walk the hands forward.
I can still see the old man diving on down to find the keys.
Again, start to uncurl. Your hands to heart center. Then start to reach them up overhead. Then we're just going to bend the elbows, let the hands kind of drop behind us, just as much as is comfortable. And then reach up, draw the hands back to heart center. Feel free to kind of forward fold a little. And and then pull yourself up. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, bend at the elbows, drop the hands behind you. And again, reach up. Draw them down. Do that one more time. This time while you're here, start to kind of allow the elbows to open up. Bring the palms to the back of your head, or maybe even your fingertips to your ears if that feels better for you. You can interlace the fingers if that's available. Just start to gently lean towards your right. Back to the center, off to your left. Back to your center. I want you to inhale here, kind of reach your heart forward. And then as you exhale, draw the elbows towards each other, round the back a little bit. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more time. And release, take your hands to your thighs, your knees, and just kind of roll your shoulders out. And then when you're ready, we're gonna, again, make our way into a tabletop here. Again, if you're on a hard floor as well, feel free to use a blanket to pad beneath your knees. Just take your hands so they're a little in front of your shoulders. Tuck your toes under here and begin to lift your hips towards the ceiling. Press your chest towards your thighs, lower the heels towards your mat. Start to pedal your feet out in downward dog.
Okay, I'm not sure if we've had one or two more join, but a couple of blankets. We're gonna start laying down to start with. So if you want to get yourself cozy on your mat, having your phone or a computer set up so you can see me, we're gonna do some ground stillness and stretching to start with. So please feel free to use your blankets or your cushion. Kind of, you can place one kind of rolled up and placed underneath your knees for some extra support along the entire back side of your body. You could also kind of lay them down beneath your back and head for some support there if you like. Kind of whatever's comfy for you right now. Chris, should I wait another minute here? Minute or two?
With the left foot.
Okay.
Just kind of dropping the ball of your foot down. Stack the right knee over your ankle and slowly kind of root.
So once you're comfy, I want you to just kind of close your eyes and just give yourself these next couple of minutes just to kind of settle into the space that you've come into.
Now begin to straighten the front leg as much as you like. Bring the palms together and again begin to lower the palms down behind you. And as we do so, we're going to kind of sink into that front knee. And then from here, again, bring the palms to the back of your head. Just kind of open your chest here. And then again, palms back together, reach up, straighten the front leg. And one more time, sink down. Palms to the back of the head. Pull the elbows apart from each other. And then when you're ready, just reach the arms up. We're going to drop the left heel down, open up into warrior two. And just take a few big breaths here. If you can really root the pinky side of your left foot down. Okay, so I think that we'll kind of officially get started here. One or two more trickle in, that's great. But again, we're going to straighten the front yourself cozy lying on the floor using cushion or some blankets for some sink down over the arms. And again, but breathe. Kind of wherever you are, just gently encourage your shoulder blades together behind your back, just kind of opening the chest a little bit, and hold here. And I want you to take one full big belly breath here. And here we're going to slowly start to kind of adjust, pivoting the hips and the chest back towards the front. And we're going to actually take the arms out, back out to either side, and gently twist to the right here. But otherwise, just start to, again, really come into the space that your body come back to the center, kind of allowing the mind drop that left to follow heel, the body to where you come. Straighten the front leg, and we're going to reach the torso forward here. So we can start and then reach that right arm down towards the mat, resting kind of on the calf here. Open that left arm. You can feel free to reach right towards the mat. Just notice if your left shoulder is coming forward. Really try to open it up. The feel of the ground beneath you. Again, whether that's kind of a hard surface or whether that's a little softer, and slowly start to lower that left hand and pivot the hips and the chest back towards the front. We'll press into the mat, drag that foot forward, and again pause here forward around you. Couple breaths here. And you can slowly start to bring that awareness and attention closer towards your body. So start with kind of the physical body and just take a scan. Take a step back with your right eye from one end to the other, dropping the ball in your foot. Feel free to kind of do some gentle movements as you bring your awareness to certain parts of your body. But as you leave that part of your body, try to really consciously soften and relax together while straighten the front leg. Then as we sink down, we're going to kind of drop the hands, bend the elbows, bring the palms to the back of the head, elbows apart, open the heart. Like take that awareness and attention back together, a little deeper into the rest of your being. And then again, sink back. Just kind of noticing the thoughts that may be coming into your mind. One more time. Noticing how you're feeling. This time again, we'll slowly open up into Warrior 2. Drop the right heel down. Once more. Open the hips and the chest the other way. Feel free to place one hand on your belly, maybe one hand on your heart. And just allow some gratitude for the right that life force as a strong, shoulders soft. Couple breaths here. If you've practiced with me before, when you're ready, we'll find out that I like to share a quote or a thought, straighten the front leg of some sort with you. So tonight I have a quote to share with you. We're moving slow here, but there is strength in kind of controlling our movement. You are the only one in charge of your destiny. Unfair things may happen to you. Unfortunate times may come to you, but you always get to choose how you respond. You can live in frustration and bitterness. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly start to just play the hell out of the cards you are dealt. Back to the front. Because the truth is, in this world, not a single person chooses the cards they receive. Up either side. And every single person chooses how to play them. And then again, kind of windmill the arms back, out, drop the right heel once more, straighten that front leg. With it being Easter weekend, whether that has any kind of relevance to you in your life or not, I really want you to set an intention tonight of kind of sending out some energy or love to just really try to family members, stack the shoulders, friends that you wish that you could be seeing and holding, and we're just kind of unable to in this time. So I want you to kind of bring a few of those people to your mind and just really inhale, fill with gratitude, and maybe send that there. With that left foot so it becomes parallel with the side of your mat. Take your hands behind you, interlace the fingers here. You can bend the knees as much as you need. We're just going to forward fold and allow the arms to drop. Kind of allow them to sway from side to side. Take a couple big, full breaths here. You're ready, release your hands down towards your mat. Again, bend your knees as much as you need. Grab a hold of your
You're ready, start to
blanket,
bend your knees,
support,
step your feet
if
down.
you'd like. Plant the
your
left
knees.
hand either on your mat or
Take your arms up towards the
with
ceiling.
the right arm,
Gently
you're gonna
relax
reach it
them
up
down
towards the
behind
ceiling.
you.
You're gonna just
Take a
pause
moment to
here.
stretch out the torso and maybe reach.
When you're ready, start to take that arm and thread it kind of beneath your body.
You're ready on your exhale, bring the knees in towards your belly. Take your arms, take each hand to each knee.
Here.
And just start to explore, maybe pulling the knees towards your chest and then away from each other.
And one more time,
And then back towards the center. Just start to go back and forth. Take your time. And do kind of full circles here. Or just half.
And then again, begin to thread it beneath you, towards the left, really reach. And when you're ready, plant the right hand onto the mat or support, and we'll just switch here, so left arm this time reaches out.
And pause and hold. Now from here, start to raise the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling, but keep a nice bend in the knee. So you can kind of have your hands behind the thigh. If it's available, maybe reach them up right with your left hand, and maybe even kind of taking the fingertips to the sole of your foot.
And again, one more time, up. And back through.
When you're ready, we're just going to allow that knee to drop open towards the right.
This time we're going to bend the knees,
Again,
take the hands to kind of the back of the legs, beside your calf.
Vertebrae by vertebrae, start up
the knee,
uncurl.
drop a little wider than the torso.
As you get to the top, roll your shoulders up
And down.
You can heel toe your feet towards each other. And when you're ready, we'll come into a tree pose here. So really root the left foot down. Now from here, we're going to take that right foot and cross it over the left knee. Now from here, you can kind of keep the right foot attached to your mat for that kind of extra support. So just kind of open that hip a little bit. The right foot if you'd like, turn this into a balance, bring the foot to the ankle or the calf or above the knee. Just try not to put extra weight right onto the knee. Now, every tree is different, so whatever you choose to do with your arms, totally up to you. Just soften the shoulders. Stand tall, stand strong, stand proud. When you're ready, just set that left foot back down onto your mat. And take that right foot, inhale to top turn as you exhale, release the arms, step the foot down, take your hands down by your side, soften the shoulders, spread your fingers. Try to really reach the heel up, pull the toes towards the shin. When you're ready, start to pick up those right toes, spread them apart, move them down. From here, start to just hug that right knee in towards your chest. You can just straighten that left leg down onto your mat. Attach to your mat and you're lifting into more of a bow. Use the left hand to pull the knee across your body into a gentle putting the extra weight right onto the knee. Option here to just again feel free to take the same arms and maybe switch it over your right shoulder. Totally up to you. And as I come into this pose, I just can't help but think that I'm not really able to back to the center, hug other humans, but using your exhale to hug it to your chin towards your belly. Maybe after this, I'll go get my hug fill by grabbing a tree side to side. And take a couple strong, deep breaths here. When you're ready, step that right foot down onto your mat. Again, when you're ready, we'll slowly start to reach the arms, squeezing that left knee towards your chest. Inhaling at the top as you exhale, set the foot down.
And we'll forward fold here. Inhale, when you're ready again, raise the sole of your foot up to the ceiling. Halfway, hands come to your shins. The knee bent here. As you exhale, plant your hands, step yourself back to a downward dog. Your hands, you'd like to take a flow here. We're gonna roll forward into a plank. Up to you if you want to keep the knees up or soften them down. But we're gonna squeeze the elbows towards the ribs. We're gonna lower down all the way onto the belly. Taking the leg and you're just calf, the foot into your left hand. We'll just allow it to drop open to the left. You can just kind of take your hands a little wider to the torso. Bring a cheek to your mat, almost like a half happy baby. And just take a few big full breaths here. And when you're ready, we're going to cross that left foot over your knee, over the right knee, and then just kind of allow that left knee to drop down, flexing that left foot. You guys bring your chin to stay right here. If you'd like, start to bring that right knee in towards your chest, maybe even wrapping the hands around the front. Maybe a little bit wider if you'd like. And then from here, we're going to slowly kind of dip the left shoulder down towards the mat and kind of press into the mat to lift the right. Now you can kind of let your head rest as you do so. Your feet kind of rest on your mat. And then from here, we're going to slowly transition the other way. So start to lower the right shoulder towards the mat, lifting the left. Now from here, I want you to just kind of go back and forth, set that right foot down. From here, we'll reach the left foot up towards the ceiling, hands kind of around, whatever kind of lace behind the thigh. Really there, toes towards the shin. When you're ready, just bend that left knee towards your chest. Start to straighten that right leg down onto your mat. And then we'll use the right hand to open up into a gentle twist here. When you come to the center, plant the forearms down onto the mat. Gaze up to the ceiling or maybe off your left shoulder. And we're going to thread the left arm underneath. And now as we begin to lower the chest, we're trying to keep it kind of as square to the mat as we can. So we're not kind of just rolling onto that left side. Just kind of keep the chest square. Back to the center. Use your exhale to pull the right knee into your belly. Give yourself right hand to your brace yourself. You like resting your cheek on your hands down by your sides. You can kind of gently tap your palms kind of beneath your sit bones. Like you're gonna take that right arm here. We're gonna start to lift that up. Allow your palms to stack some knees on top of the hips. The calves become kind of parallel with the floor. And while we're here, you can probably already start to feel some engagement in the core. So I want you to check in with where your back connects with your mat here. We're going to do a little moving, and we're going to try to keep that connection of where our back meets the mat. So when you're ready, take your left foot and just slowly begin to tap it towards the ground, maybe even touching the ground, and then lift back up. We'll do the right foot. So if you'd like, feel free to just stay here and hold. If you want to continue these movements, feel free just gently kind of tapping the tip of your toe down to the mat. And if you want to take it a little bit further, build a little more heat, you're going to kind of straighten that leg, allow it to hover just above your mat, and then again, bring it back up. And unthread that left arm a little break. You're going to reach out, bring the knees a little closer in towards your chest. And walk those fingertips continue to do the same thing. Level with your eyes. But again, if you're looking to build that heat, keep your knees stacked above the hips. Into your mat with your right hand and just very gently rolling over that shoulder. Try to continue to breathe. Again, try to let your head rest on your support or your reaching the belly button. And you can kind of allow that right hip to stack on top of your left. Let's do one more each side. If it's available to you, maybe even bending that knee and step that right foot down kind of behind. And then give yourself a squeeze. Well done. Now when you're ready, step your feet down to the mat. Reach your arms back, overhead, behind you. Stretch out the torso. It's okay on your low back. You can even straighten the legs here. Reaching the toes and the fingers away from each other. When you're ready, you're going to roll yourself over onto your side. Just press yourself right up into a tabletop. Slowly start to bring your chest back towards your mat. Shoulders. And we're going to take both arms down the length of the mat and just kind of stretch out the abdomen. Shoulders just dropping forward and just resting again one of your cheeks to your mat. Feeling, just breathe. Now when you're ready, come to a neutral spine. I'll encourage you here to grab hold of your cushion or blankets to just have a little seat on. And again, just when you're ready, pick a spot that's comfortable for you, whether that's kind of with your legs extended out in front of you, whether it's maybe sitting on your knees, or whether you want to sit cross-legged. Try to soften the head. It is kind of nice to sit on the edge of the blanket so that you're kind of that left arm down forward a little bit, or your pelvis tilt forward. And just allow that shoulder. And then from here, just take your hands up to your sides, really softening the shoulders. Just gently start to tuck the chin. And then begin to lift it up. Now we're not kind of letting the head just drop, we're just kind of stretching the front here. And again, lower down. And lift. This time as you lower, you're just going to allow the head to roll towards the right. And back to the left. Just go from side to side at your own pace. Time, really check in with your kind of shoulders and neck here. And when you're ready, we'll press into the mat with the left hand. And we're just going to reach that right head to the center. Keep your left hand planted here as you just begin to lengthen that right side body by reaching up. And then gently press into the mat with the left hand. And again, just let your head drop over that shoulder just a little bit. Option to kind of stack the left hip on top of the mat with that left hand, bending that. So just switch here, front the right hand, begin to reach up with the left, and lengthen that side body on your support, and then gently lean.
If I go, I'm going crazy.
Again, press into the mat, pull yourself up. Now whether your legs are extended or you're cross-legged or on your knees, start to just kind of walk your hands forward. Just forward fold as much as you'd like, as much as is available or comfortable for you. Feel free to remove the blankets here as well if that's kind of taking away some stretch for you.
I can still feel the wind beneath my shoes.
And then start to uncurl. Now, if you were sitting cross-legged, we're going to switch the cross. Center. From here, you're just going to press yourself right again. We'll just start to walk the hands forward. Again, there's a few different kind of versions of the child's pose you can take. You can keep your knees together, just round forward, having your arms out in front or behind. You can also kind of make a little space between your thighs, take your knees apart. Same your hands to heart arms center, in front or behind. Start to reach them up. Your intention as you come to this pose is simply we're just going to bend the elbows, let the hands kind of drop behind us, just as much as is comfortable. Just allow yourself to reach up, draw the hands back to heart center. Feel free to kind of forward fold a little. And then pull yourself up. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, bend at the elbows, drop the hands behind you. And again, reach up. Draw them down. Do that one more time. This time while you're here, start to kind of allow the elbows to open up. Bring the palms to the back of your head, or maybe even your fingertips to your ears. Make that way on better for you. You can interlace the fingers if that's available. Bring the soles of your feet start to gently ease up towards your right. Now feel free, if it's helpful for you, to kind of back again, use one arm to the left, and you can roll to the edge. But we're just going to kind of lengthen the spine here, and I want you to just kind of reach the heart forward, and then inhale here, kind of reach your heart forward, kind of grab a hold of your, and then as you exhale, draw the elbows towards each other, round the back a little bit, and again, pull back, and inhale, and just making a wave with your spine. One more time. And release, take your hands to your each time. You can kind of roll, maybe sinking a little deeper into the pose. And then when you're ready, we're gonna again make our way into a tabletop here. Again, if you're on a hard floor as well, feel free to use a blanket to pad beneath your knees. Just take your hands so they're a little in front of your shoulders. And tuck your toes under here. You just kind of begin to lift forward your hips towards the ceiling. I know we have a tendency to want to pull ourselves down towards your mat. Maybe even just put your feet on the toes up. Grab a hold of your ankles. The kind of soles of your feet, and see if you can kind of encourage yourself down that way. And when you're ready, inhale to look forward. Step your feet towards the front of your mat. And just pause here in your forward fold. Now feel free, if you have blocks at home, great. If you don't and your hamstrings are really tight, use your blankets for that kind of support beneath you. You can fold them up again, make them a little bit taller. Feel free as well to maybe grab a hold of opposite elbows, vertebrae, start to uncurl yourself as you get to the top. See if you can just let your head drop, step your feet apart, and that stretch kind of along the entire back side of your body. Gentle windshield wipers back and forth. Continue to breathe here.
When you hold me like you do, it feels so right.
Now from here, this is kind of the last song of our movement part of our practice. So back with the left joined me last week. I like to give you just kind of drop minutes at the end of our practice. Back to the right knee, over your ankle, and slowly kind of in a way that just reflects what your body needs. So for a few minutes, I'm going to kind of bow out and just let you explore and move however you need. And I'll now you can just give you a little more volume with the music to just kind of explore around. Begin to lower the palms down behind you. And as we do so, we're going to kind of sink into that front knee. And then from here, again, bring the palms to the back of your head. Just kind of open your chest here. And then again, palms back together, reach up, straighten the front leg. And one more time, sink down. Palms to the back of the head. Pull the elbows apart from each other. And then when you're ready, just reach the arms up. We're going to drop the left heel down, open up into Warrior 2.
Sweep me off my feet.
Take a few big breaths here. See if you can really root the pinky side of your left foot down.
This is love, better last. This
You're ready, we're going to
is
straighten the front leg, reach the arms up. And as you exhale again, sink down, open the arms. And again, breathe.
Cause who's to worry if our hearts get
And hold here.
when that hurt
From here, we're gonna slowly start to kind of adjust, pivoting the hips and the chest back towards the front. And we're gonna actually take the arms out, back out to either side, and gently twist to the right here, revolving. And then again, slowly come back to the center. Drop that left heel, straighten the front leg, and we're gonna reach the torso forward here. And then reach that right arm down towards the mat, maybe resting kind of on the calf. Open that left arm.
This year's love.
You can feel free to reach right towards the mat, but just notice if your left shoulder's coming forward, really trying to open it up. And we'll slowly start to lower that left hand. Again, pivot the hips and the chest back towards the front. We'll press into the mat, drag that foot forward. Again, pause here in your forward fold.
So I want you to take a few last moments to begin to finish up your practice and begin to make your way back to your mat, maybe the same way that you started. Just lying on your back. Have your knees bent.
We'll take a step back with the right foot this time. Dropping the
blanket or pillow to kind of tuck beneath your knees.
Root yourself down and pull yourself all the way up.
You're at home.
Inhaling
and just be cozy, be comfy. Give yourself the space to kind of just be still for the next 5 minutes.
And as we sink down, we're going to kind of drop the hands.
Really allowing and finding value in the stillness
to the back of the head.
Practice.
Elbows apart, open the heart.
Just reminding yourself that you have done all the moving that you need to do.
Again, sink back down.
Right now, all you need to do is just be still.
One more time.
You are the only one in charge of your destiny.
This time again, we'll slowly
Unfair
open
things
into
may happen to
drop
you.
the right heel
Unfortunate
down.
times may come to
Open the
you,
hips
but
and
you
the chest
always
the other
get to
way.
choose how you respond. You can live in frustration and
Bringing
bitterness,
the pinky side of the
or
right foot
just
down.
play the
Arms
hell
are
out of the
strong,
cards you were
shoulders
dealt.
soft. Couple breaths
Because the truth is,
here.
in this world, not a single person chooses the cards they receive. Every single person chooses how to play them.
When you're ready, we'll find a little movement. Reaching up, straighten the front leg. Again, sink back down. We're moving slow here, but there is strength in kind of controlling our movements and taking our time. Pause here. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly start to pivot the hips and the chest back to the front. We're going to gently twist towards the left, opening the arms up either side. And then again, kind of windmill the arms back out, drop the right heel once more, straighten that front leg. Reach the torso forward, and then open up, reach down. It only needs to be an inch or two. If you want to go a little further, feel free. Just really try to kind of stack the shoulders on top of one another. And slowly pull yourself all the way up. Pivot that left foot so it becomes parallel with the side of your mat. Take your hands behind you, interlace the fingers here. You can bend the knees as much as you need. We're just going to forward fold and allow the arms to drop. Kind of allow them to sway from side to side. When you're ready, release your hands down towards your mat. Again, bend your knees as much as you need. Grab a hold of your blanket, your support, if you'd like. You're gonna plant the left hand either on your mat or support. With the right arm, you're gonna reach it up towards the ceiling. You're gonna just pause here. When you're ready, start to take that arm and thread it kind of beneath your body off towards the left. Kind of actively reaching it. Pause here. And one more time, open up, reach towards the ceiling. And then again, begin to thread it beneath you, towards the left, really reach. And when you're ready, plant the right hand onto the mat or support, and we'll just switch here. So left arm this time reaches up, and pause and hold. And slowly thread it beneath, actively reach towards the right with our left hand. And again, one more time, up. And back through.
I know you noticing me.
Again, this time we're gonna bend the knees, take the hands to kind of the back of the hips. Vertebrae by vertebrae start to uncurl. As you get to the top, roll your shoulders up and down. You can heel toe your feet towards each other. And when you're ready, we'll come into a tree pose here. So really root the left foot down. Spread your toes, grow some little roots. And now from here, you can kind of keep the right foot attached to your mat for that kind of little extra support. You'll just kind of open that hip a little bit. If you'd like, turn this into a balance, bringing the foot to the ankle or the calf or above the knee. Just trying not to put extra weight right onto the knee. Now, every tree is different, so whatever you choose to do with your arms, movements into your body, totally up to you. Just soften the shoulders. Stand tall, stand strong, full breath, stand proud.
Somebody said it's unspeakable love. Somebody said it's unspeakable.
When you're ready, start to reach the body. Curl up into it. Inhale at the top here, and as you exhale, release the arms, step the foot down. Just take your hands down by your side, soften the shoulders, spread your fingers
onto one of your sides.
Couple breaths.
Maybe take a breath or two there. And gently make your way up to a comfortable seat.
When you're ready, start to pick up those right toes, spread them apart, root them down.
Feel free to
We'll bring the left foot this
kind
time
of keep
to
your
the
hands in your
ankle,
lap.
attached to your
If
mat.
it's in your
lifting
practice,
into
you
more of a
can
balance.
certainly bring them to heart center. But we'll take a few
Trying
more
to
minutes,
avoid
and I want
bringing
you to
extra
close
weight
your
right
eyes and
onto
bring
the
those
knee.
people that maybe you're
Then
missing,
feel free
that
to take the
you'd like to
same
be
arms and
holding.
maybe
Just
switch
kind
it
of
up.
bring them back to your mind and kind
Totally
of
up
just
to you.
send some energy and love their way.
And as I come into this pose, I just can't help but think that I'm not really able to hug other humans, but I have been known to hug a tree or two, so maybe after this I'll go get my hug fill by grabbing a tree here. Again, take a
Thank you
couple
all
strong,
so much for joining
deep
me
breaths
today.
here.
Hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll just unmute you all if you'd like to join me in saying namaste.
Again, when you're ready, we'll slowly start to reach the arms all the way up.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Brandee.
Thanks, Brandee.
Inhaling at the top as you exhale.
Have a great day, guys.
Down.
You too.
And we'll
You too.
forward fold here. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Come halfway, hands come to your shins. And as you exhale, plant your hand, step yourself back to a downward dog. If you'd like to take a flow here, we're gonna roll forward into a plank. Up to you if you want to keep the knees up or soften them down. But we're gonna squeeze the elbows towards the ribs. We're gonna lower down all the way onto the belly. And you're just gonna pause there. You can just kind of take your hands down by your sides. Bring a cheek to your mat. And just take a few big full breaths here. When you're ready, bring your chin to the center. You can bring your hands kind of, so they're about the width of your shoulders, maybe a little bit wider if you'd like. And then from here, we're gonna slowly kind of dip the left shoulder down towards the mat and kind of press into the mat to lift the right. Now you can kind of let your head rest as you do so. Let your cheek kind of rest on your mat. And then from here, we're gonna slowly transition the other way. So start to lower the right shoulder towards the mat, lifting the left. Now from here, I want you to just kind of go back and forth at your own pace. You can explore with taking your hands a little wider. Just whatever's feeling good for you, just go there, explore. And then when you're ready, you're gonna come to the center, just plant the forearms down onto the mat, again, kind of beneath the shoulders. And then we're gonna thread the left arm underneath. And now as we begin to lower the chest, we're trying to keep it kind of as square to the mat as we can. So we're not kind of just rolling onto that left side. We're still trying to keep the chest square. Now, feel free to kind of keep your right hand here, bracing yourself. If you'd like, resting your cheek on your mat or grabbing a hold of one of your supports to rest your head on. If you'd like, you can also take that right arm just down the length of your mat. Allow your palm to face up and just allow that shoulder to just drop forward. Again, just allow yourself to kind of soften into the pose. When you're ready, we're gonna plant the right hand down. We're gonna unthread that left arm and we're actually gonna reach it out towards the left here. Gonna walk those fingertips forward so they're about level with your eyes. And then you can press into your mat with your right hand and just very gently rolling over that shoulder. Again, try to let your head rest on your support or your mat, and you can kind of allow that right hip to stack on top of your left. Just in case. If it's available to you, maybe even bending that knee and step that right foot down kind of behind. I will go if you ask me to. I will
you'll stay if you dare. If I go, I'm gone shameless. Let my hunger take me there.
And slowly start to bring your hips and your chest back towards your mat. Again, we're going to take both arms down the length of the mat, palms facing up, shoulders just dropping forward and just resting, again, one of your cheeks to your mat. And just breathe.
She keeps me here. And the photographs know I'm alive. They just laugh as I burn down.
Now again, chin back to the center. We'll start to bring the forearms back down to the mat. When you're ready, we'll switch sides here. So right arm is going to thread beneath this time. We're trying to keep the chest as square as we can as we soften down. You can use the left hand here to kind of brace yourself, to try to soften the head. If it's available to you, take that left arm down the length of your mat, palm facing up, and just allow that shoulder to round forward.
The shingles, man, is shaking. Back doors burning through. This old house, she's quite the keeper. Quite the keeper, yeah.
Again, when you're ready, we'll press into the mat with the left hand, and we're just going to reach that right arm out to the side, out towards the right. Just have a look over and just kind of walk the hand so it's level with your eyes. And we'll press into the mat with the left hand, and again, just gently rolling over that shoulder just a little bit. Option to kind of stack the left hip on top of the right, maybe even bending that knee and stepping the foot behind. And allow your head to rest on your support or mat.
If I go, I'm going crazy. Let my darlings take me there.
And slowly make your way back towards the center. From here, you're just gonna press yourself right back into a child's pose. So again, there's a few different kind of versions of the child's pose you can take. You can keep your knees together, just round forward, having your arms out in front or behind. You can also kind of make a little space between your thighs, taking your knees apart. Same thing, arms in front or behind. Your intention as you come to this pose is simply to soften and rest. So however you can do that for yourself, please do. Just allow yourself to breathe. you're ready, start to uncurl. Gonna make your way onto your bottom. Gonna bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart. Now feel free, if it's helpful for you, to kind of, again, use one of your supports beneath you and roll to the edge. But we're just gonna kind of lengthen the spine here, and I want you to just kind of reach the heart forward and then pull yourself back up. And kind of grab a hold of your ankles, lengthen, heart forward, and then again, pull back up. I'm just making a wave with your spine. And if it's available to you each time, you can kind of think about maybe sinking a little deeper into the pose. And when you're ready, if you'd like, you can feel free to just kind of round forward and just pause here. I know we have a tendency to want to pull ourselves down. So maybe instead of pulling the toes up, grab a hold of your ankles or the kind of soles of your feet and see if you can kind of encourage yourself down that way.
This is love at better life.
Vertebrae by vertebrae, start to uncurl yourself. As you get to the top, take your hands behind you, step your feet apart. Just start to do some very gentle windshield wipers back and forth.
When you hold me like you do, it feels so right.
Now from here, this is kind of the last song of our movement part of our practice. So if you joined me last week, I like to give you a few minutes at the end of our practice to just kind of move and explore in a way that just reflects what your body needs. So for a few minutes, I'm going to kind of bow out and just let you explore and move however you need. And I'll give you a little more volume with the music to just kind of explore around.
If you love me, got to know for sure. 'Cause it takes something more this time than sweet, sweet lies. Oh, now, before I open up my arms and fall, losing all control. Every dream inside my soul. When you kiss me on that midnight street, sweep me off my feet, singing, ain't this life so sweet? This is love at better last. This is love had better last. This is love had better last. 'Cause who's to worry if our hearts get torn when that hurt gets thrown? Don't you know this life goes on? Won't you kiss me in that midnight street? Sweep me off my feet, singing, ain't this life so sweet? year's love had better last. This year's love had better last.
So I want you to take a few last moments to begin to finish up your practice and begin to make your way back to your mat, maybe the same way that you started. Just lying on your back. You can have your knees bent or straighten them out. Feel free to use kind of a blanket or a pillow to kind of tuck beneath your knees for some support. You're at home, and just be cozy, be comfy. Give yourself the space to kind of just be still for the next 5 minutes here. Really allowing and finding value in the stillness part of this practice. Just reminding yourself that you have done all the moving that you need to do. Right now, all you need to do is just be still. You are the only one in charge of your destiny. Unfair things may happen to you. Unfortunate times may come to you, but you always get to choose how you respond. You can live in frustration and bitterness, or just play the hell out of the cards you are dealt. Because the truth is, in this world, not a single person chooses the cards they receive. Every single person chooses how to play them.
Vi långt har nedgrej Färdamen om Vitt ler fjallklassa Klättar bergmala Bergmalar i höfden Och det
Start to bring some gentle movements into your body. You're taking some big, full breaths here. Start to maybe stretch out the body, maybe curl up into a little ball. And then when you're ready, just gently roll yourself over onto one of your sides. Maybe take a breath or two there. And then gently make your way up to a comfortable seat. And feel free to kind of keep your hands in your lap. If it's in your practice, you can certainly bring them to heart center, but we'll take a few more minutes, and I want you to close your eyes and bring those people that maybe you're missing, that you would like to be holding, just kind of bring them back to your mind and kind of just send some energy and love their way for a few extra moments. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Hope you have a great rest of your day.